Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today and tomorrow, we have some work to do on the new BMW. We have to put this stuff on the car. Let's try the thing. That didn't work. So front and rear pads, front rotors, oil change, adjust the headlights, couple little other things. So I'm going to get the car up in the air today, pull the wheels off, break all the bolts loose, and then tomorrow the beard is going to come over and help me install everything. We also have to bleed the brakes. We're going to do brake fluid as well. So yeah, lots of work to do, but on a rainy Friday afternoon, why not get started? So I'll put you guys on a tripod. We'll do a little time lapse while I get this thing up in the air and get the wheels off.
So Lee started this yesterday, so I've come round to lend him a hand. Where are you at, mate?
So all the wheels are off. I've cracked the bolts on the front rotors to make sure we can get the rotors off. All the bleeder valves are cracked because we're going to replace the brake fluid with some stuff. So it's just prep work now, basically. Making sure nothing is seized and then everything goes smoothly. I mean, all the pads come right out the back of the calipers. These calipers are going to have to come off because we're changing the rotors. So we're doing front rotors, front pads, rear rotors, brake fluid, oil and filter change.
Rear rotors? I thought it was just rear pads.
Oh yeah, just rear pads, sorry. And that's about it. Shouldn't take too long. Famous last words.
Oh yeah, that half-hour job that turns into a 9-hour job.
Well, that's why I thought I'll crack all the bolts now, and then we're good. Okay, we'll get to it.
Let's crack to it.
So rear pads on this car are pretty easy. There's two pins, retaining pins. You kind of hammer and punch, so you put that in there and give it a whack. The pins come out the backside, and then the pads just come right out the top. You can turn the wheel.
No, you can't.
No, it's the wrong end of the car.
I am the smart. I am the smart. Mr. Marty.
Can't turn the wheel. I was just kidding, by the way, people. So yeah, we'll pull the pads out. We have some new Endless MX72 Plus pads to go in, which are kind of a hybrid. You can run them on the street. They can withstand moderate track days. I ran them on the silver car, and they were pretty good. So yeah, once you get pins out, you got to find the right size punch, which that is.
Have the people seen this car before, Lee? Have we done any videos on this car?
We've done a couple of little videos.
We did the short, the 0 to 100, which was very impromptu.
Yeah, but they haven't really had an overview of the car. We'll do that after, because it is quite a nice car. Or we can do it now.
So this one is Lee's new BMW, oh, excuse my finger, BMW M235i. It is a 2015.
Yeah.
And it came with most of the mods already done to it. So it was boot modded, so it's now been MHD'd, an XHP. It had a full Denon exhaust, catback. It's got a cat in it, Lee, isn't it? A high flow cat.
Yeah, it's a Fab Speed downpipe.
And it had allegedly a Denon intercooler, which is not actually what's in the car. So that's now been removed because with these extensive intercooler testing videos that he's done in the past, he did some more testing and discovered the intake pipes were not where he wanted them to be. So we've changed that for a CSF.
Yes.
Which is what I have in the red car.
I had in the black car.
What else has it got, mate?
It's got Shockworks coilovers all the way around, which are really expensive, really nice Australian-made coilovers. It has H&R sway bars front and rear.
If you hadn't noticed, it is blue.
Yes.
It's got carbon fibre accents. It's getting more actual carbon fibre bits.
Yeah, it should be here this week, actually.
So that's going to be spoiler and rear diffuser.
No, just spoiler.
Just spoiler.
Yeah.
There's many red buttons on the interior. We've done an Apple CarPlay unit. So here's the thing. If you're going to do an Apple CarPlay unit, make sure you get an Android one, not a Linux one.
Yeah.
Because we've got one Linux one in the Outlander and it's not as good. And it turns out the one Lee got for this car is a Linux one. and it can't play videos and you can't download things from the App Store because it's not Android. So, top tip from us, get the Android one.
Unless you just want Apple CarPlay, and then they're about half the price, so buy that one.
Honestly, most people, I'd only use mine for Apple CarPlay. I don't watch videos in mine.
Do you want to swap?
No.
Okay.
Anything else you want to tell them about your car?
It's very fast. Might get faster too.
Oh, he's been prepping. He's been buying turbo upgrade kits.
I bought a turbo install kit. Let's just leave it at that for now.
Check back with us, see how we're getting on with the brakes, folks.
Once you get the old pads out, have a quick look, make sure there's nothing obviously wrong, rips in the boot, etc. And then push the piston back in with, flat-headed screwdriver. And then the new pads literally just slide right in, get them close to the line-up holes. And that's really what there is to it. Put the clip back in, put the pins back in, and away you go. And then
So the pin goes through the big hole.
That's
If in doubt, ask your bearded friend.
That's what happens. Okay, and then put that in there. There we go. And then just bang the pins in. Hammer!
Light tap with the persuading device.
There we go. And that's rear brake pads. It's once you get the wheel off, it's like a 5-minute job.
Yeah, always worthwhile. When the pins are out, give them a wee clean. So, a bit of brake clean and sandpaper. We used 800 grit just to kind of polish that back up a little bit. So that's the after and that's the before. Pretty grim looking. So when you push your pistons back in, you're going to get your brake fluid rise in your master cylinder. So A, have the cap off, but before it overspills, because brake fluid's corrosive, take some out. So we have a wee syringe, find somewhere to put that.
Here, I'll hold the bottom.
You're going to hold that.
Plus, we're also changing the brake fluid, so
So we want to get as much of this out as we can without getting any air into the system.
yes.
Actually, it doesn't look that bad. However, Lee has a thing about brake fluid.
I do.
Lee has a thing about brakes in general, to be fair.
Well, you didn't have it fail on you in the Kia.
No, that's true.
It sucked. Yeah, if you've ever had brake failure on a racetrack, you then spend all the money on brakes.
All the brakes.
So I bought Endless's RF something brake fluid. Formula One teams use it, so probably good enough for Collie track days.
A road car, yes.
So we'll change that. We have a pressure bleeder. We'll show you that process shortly.
All right.
So this car's been tracked before. 2 telltale signs. Notice how the rotors have their tiny little cracks, or crazing as it's called, due to heat. Also, the calipers, which are blue on these cars, are not blue anymore. They're green.
A bit like mine discoloured when I put that on track for the first time.
Yeah, yours turned brown.
They did go from sort of silver to brown. Yeah.
Brown bow.
Yes.
Yes, so it's been on track, but no big deal. I mean, we track the cars.
It'll be going on track again
Yes.
when it has more brakes.
Yes.
So the plan is pull the pads out, then pull the caliper off, then change the disc, then put it all back together.
Yeah. So the OEM pads will come with these two. They're noise vibration dampers. If your aftermarket pads don't come with them, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. Those are pretty glazed. That's why the car didn't stop very well. I don't know what pads those are anyway.
But you also went from the 135, which was fully set up brakes-wise, to this.
Yes.
Which is essentially stock brakes on it.
Yeah. Okay, so pads out. We'll take the calipers off. So calipers just held on by two 18-inch
18-inch bolt, they're huge.
18 banana bolts, 18 millimeter bolts in the back. Once you get the caliper off, hang it with something so it's not dangling on the brake line. And then all we got to do is take the one Allen head retaining bolt out of there. I have a ratchet set up for that. So you take this out, and then rotor should just slide off, unless they're really rusted. Also, when the rotor's off, it's good to clean up the hub. We might need a bang it. There we go. So don't worry, that's normal. Bit of rust. So once you get this off, clean up the hub, metal brush and some lubrication. And then new rotor on, new pads in, and that's it. Brake's not that hard on these cars. Inside's pretty bad too. Right, so hub's all cleaned up. Thank you, Beard. Turn the wheels straight so we can. So new rotor goes on, then this car runs a 3mm spacer to get the wheels to fit past the suspension.
Do you want to clean that disc up before it goes on?
No, we'll give it a spray after. Oh! So you gotta line up the thing with the thing, and then get the thing and put the thing in the thing. There we go. So these don't need to be, it doesn't need to be super tight, just enough to hold the rotor straight.
Yes, and the wheel's going to hold the disc on as well.
Yeah. So you kind of just give it a snug, because you don't want to strip that. Okay. So there, and then spacer.
Don't forget the
You
spacer.
didn't remind me. That was like glued on to the old rotor. Required much bangita caliper.
So these will get done up with a rattle gun and then taught to spec with a number of grunts.
Spec is like a 3 grunt. Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
So it was 2.5 grunts, in fact.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
There's your 2.5.
Okay, pads. So I didn't see a wear sensor. It might be taped up with the suspension stuff.
Yeah, maybe. So the pads on this car were not hugely worn. They were glazed, but they weren't hugely worn. So we're not having to push the pads in that much.
Pistons.
Not having to push the pistons in that much. So 4 piston calipers in the front of this car, whereas the 135's got 6 piston calipers.
Yes. Okay.
It's in the shiny blue pad.
Pin.
Unfortunately, if I try and film this from the other side,
Yeah.
folks, you're going to get nothing but darkness.
It's the same process as the back. Put one pin all the way through, and then put the spring in, and then put the bottom pin in. Watch here. I gotta move. So that pin's in, and then this pin. Yeah, you won't see much if you try and film there. That way.
We'll call it done. Okay, so when you get new discs from the manufacturer, they will be covered in a coating of grease, light oil, just to protect them. So really important, give it a clean off before you drive the car.
Just brake clean, so it's kind of all-purpose cleaner. So you just kind of give it a spray as you spin.
Obviously important to do both sides.
You mean the left and the right of the car?
No, inside and outside.
He thinks I was going to forget.
No, I don't think you're going to.
I was going to forget.
Your arse.
I was. It's basically just alcohol, I think.
The brake clean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then let it drip dry, Governor.
I think we should drip dry 'em, Governor.
And then we have fun with, we'll talk about brake bedding in process, because usually the pad manufacturers have a specific bedding in process that they'll tell you when you buy the pads. So
Yes.
we'll talk about that when we go for a test drive and bed the pads in.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so next step, we're going to replace all the brake fluid in the car. So we need to flush some of it through, and then we get some of the good stuff coming out as well. So start with the furthest away from the master cylinder.
Yes. So make sure you've cracked the bleed nipple before you start this, and then put whatever catch container you've got on there, and then we have a pressure bleeder.
Yes.
So we'll go show you that. Basically, we're just going to open this and let it pressurize through the system till it changes color, because the new stuff is a different color.
Well, it's less brown. It's almost clear, actually.
So one of the most important things, if you are going to track the car, good brake fluid. And we're going to use this contraption.
This is a pressure bleeder that we've had for a wee while. We've used it a couple of times.
Yeah.
It does have a bit of a leak.
A little bit.
However, it's quite effective. So you fill it with your nice shiny new brake fluid, which I've already done. And then this, I'll stand it up straight in a minute. This goes onto the master cylinder.
That's where it leaks
That's
a
where
little
it
bit
leaks
from.
a
So
little
we'll just
bit.
wrap some kitchen roll around it, or paper towels for our American viewers.
Is that on straight?
Nope.
Doesn't look right, does it?
And then once we get it on, you pressurize it to about 15 psi,
Yeah, it doesn't need much.
and then you open the bleeders one at a time, starting at the furthest away, and then it just pushes fluid through until you're happy with the color of that. So
So you can see there's loads of air bubbles in here at the minute.
yes,
normal because it's going to push fluid through the bubbles, so that'll all get pushed out as we fill the reservoir.
Yes.
All right, I don't know if you want to stand here and you can maybe see it'll start pushing the fluid through. So make sure all the valves are closed, that's all good. And if I turn it around, you can see the pressure gauge as well.
And one thing we found on this one is there's a relief valve just behind where your hand is. So the first time I did it, I kept releasing the pressure by accident. So it requires many pumps to build up.
It's a really small piston, to be honest.
That's what, never mind. Oh yeah, here we go. We have 3 PSI. So I'm gonna go to the back of the car now, and when Gareth says, I'll open the bleeder. So we have catch bottle connected to the bleeder screw, 11 mil wrench.
Okay, go for it.
Gareth says go for it, so we shall open Captain Bleeder Man and see what we get. We get... Oh, here it comes. So I don't know if you can see that through the tube, but it is moving. And now you can hear it. It's kind of a boring process, so I'll come back to you guys when we're done.
So the pressure's still holding. We still have fluid in the bottom of the pressure thing. The leak on this, and it's always leaked from you, is just around here. So just have a bit of paper towel around there and leads onto wheel number 2 or caliper number 2.
Okay, can I open?
Yep.
Okay.
And now we wait.
There we go.
You see it?
Yeah, just got to the bottle.
You can hear it.
No bubbles. So that's good. Yeah, and now we wait. Okay.
Caliper number 3.
Yeah, front winds are easy. The bleeder is up top. I think there's only one bleeder on these. I hope. Yeah. Some calipers have 2 bleeders, one on each side. This only has one. So again, connect, open, and remove brake fluid. There it goes. Boop.
So you can see the difference in colour there, unless you drained the pipe.
That's what.
Nope.
Shockworks.
Shockworks.
I'd never heard of them, but really reputable brand, kind of like your car, the MCAs. Yeah. Australian designed, Australian made. Cool. So new fluids in, we probably use 600 or 700 mil of, let me show you what the fluid is in case you guys want to use it. It's the best fluid I've ever used. Endless RF 650. 650 is the...
Boiling point in Fahrenheit?
Yeah, wet or dry. Don't remember. One of the two. Anyways, it's the same stuff that F1 teams use. Because I boiled... What were we using?
It was the one level down from that. Was that a Castrol?
But it wasn't Endless. No, it was like Motul 600 maybe. So then I went to the SRF, the Castrol stuff. That was good. Never boiled that, but it's more expensive.
But the pads that you had in the Kia when you boiled them were...
Nuclear.
They were something else.
They went from off the brake pedal to on the brake pedal.
There was lots of ABS in an instant.
Yeah, and 3 laps, and and down the back straight, and I went like that, and the car went no stoppy. So that's all done. No need to pedal bleed the brakes after you do this because you haven't introduced any air. So we'll put the wheels back on and go for a test drive.
We'll do another video for the bedding in process.
Yeah, we'll show you that. It's pretty simple. Okay, stay tuned.
Do the like, comment, subscribe thing.
Yes, please. So we're all done. We took the car for a drive. No unusual noises. Spinny bits, not touching non-spinny bits. Can't bed the brakes yet. Endless says drive for 100, 150 kilometers, let the pad seat. Then we'll go through the bedding process, heat them up, cool them down, heat them up, cool them down, get a layer of material on the pad. And the car should stop really good. Pedal feels really good. So not much left to do. I've got a rear spoiler coming and then big turbo. I mean, the car's done. I wouldn't spend any money like that.
Right.
So we got more videos coming. Helicopter. Also, the channel's nearing 1,000 subscribers. It's a big milestone. So if you're not subscribed, do us a favor. You just got to push the button. We promise we won't put out any annoying videos any more than we normally do.
No.
So
or messages or...
No.
You just get the videos, and it really helps us out.
Yeah, push the subscribe button, the like button, the bell button if you want.
I think the last time I checked, 85% of people that watch the videos are not subscribed. That's a stat.
I'm looking at you, buddy, right there.
Yeah.
Subscribe. Thanks, guys.